ladies and gentlemen, so welcome to our weekly video of planets through nakshatras. And today, we are going to be covering Rahu in the nakshatra of Bharani. It's a nakshatra that is working behind the scenes of the zodiac sign of Aries. And this is a nakshatra ruled by Venus. And this is a nakshatra that signifies the concept of stepmother, the concept of bearing the responsibilities of handling other people's children. It represents somehow area of love triangles. It represents dealing with people's labor pains, meaning people's pain in general. This is a nakshatra that signifies the ending of things so new things can begin. Because the lord of this nakshatra is Yama, the god of death. Yama is also known as the god of yoga. Yoga, god of rejuvenation. And specifically Saturn, as you know, is debilitated at the 20th degree of Aries, which this Bharani nakshatra is. And the reason for it is because Saturn is the child of Chaya, who was one of the wives of Sun. But Chaya was actually an illusion of Sanjana, the real wife of Sun. But because Sun was so hot, it burned Sanjana. So she created this illusion of herself, which was so dark that light would not penetrate it. So it wouldn't be burned. So she could be with Sun for a while. And so she had children through Sun. So when Saturn was there as the son of Sanjana, he felt like he wasn't getting the love from this new person. He felt left out. So usually what you'll see with this nakshatra, that especially moon or your fifth lord, not even moon or fifth lord, your moon, your ascendant lord, if it's in this nakshatra, you may feel like you're just not, your mother just does not treat you as her own son, or you may feel like I'm not really being raised by in a mother the most proper way. If your fifth lord is in this nakshatra, your child may feel like they're not being raised properly, and they may think like, they will feel like you're like their stepson or daughter. Or they're your stepson and daughter. That's what this nakshatra is. Next nakshatra also represents the healing power, the ability to heal things. Having a God-given gift to rejuvenate things from death through rebirth. Because remember, Venus is Shukracharya. Venus is the planet that goes, dies, and comes back. Because especially if you know, Venus is on top of the horizons for, throughout the year. Then it goes below the horizon for a while, then comes back up again. So that's the nature of Venus. But now you're putting Rahu here. And one of the common themes of Rahu, and look at this, I'm becoming Donald Trump. We are gonna be making America great again. Okay, so Rahu and Bharani nakshatra have a very common theme. They're both outcast. The caste of this nakshatra is the outcast. Rahu is an outcast planet. And especially when Rahu is in this nakshatra placed, one feels completely outside of a circle in their life. They feel like, so let's say if there's somebody's born in Christian family, they'll feel like, I don't think I'm a Christian. Somebody's born in the Hindu family, I don't think I'm really a Hindu. They'll feel like that illegitimate child of the religion. They'll feel like this religion doesn't really serve me. I feel like I need to just be a rebel and do my own thing. And especially here in Aries, Rahu becomes extremely rebellious. Why? Because remember, Saturn was rebellious towards Yama. If you don't know the mythological stories, don't worry about it. But Rahu, as you know, is the shadow of Saturn. So Rahu here, becomes rebellious towards things. Like, how come I'm not getting this? I need to get this. They become very hungry towards power and possession. Rahu also feels like I am the one that people need to come to for a healing. Like a healer would just be sitting there. If anybody wants to come and heal themselves, fine, I'll help you. Rahu will purposely make sure that I go to people who are sick. If not, I can make them sick and then they'll come to me. And especially here, the lustful nature of Rahu becomes extreme. And especially, I don't know if they have this in India now. I'm pretty sure they would for ratings. Like, how we had Jerry Springer show in US. We have Maurice show where people come and tell about each other like, I think she's cheating on me. This is not my baby. I think that's your baby. All these talk shows, okay? This is the person that actually has this lustful imagination to have children from different women or different men. Because again, that mythological story of Bharani, which is its biodata, is now over Rahu, and Rahu loves to do things the very unorthodox way. So especially if, let's say, Rahu is in the 7th house, in this sign in Nakshatra, you may have somebody, or you may marry somebody who might have been married before and may have had children from that marriage. If it's in your ascendant, you may actually feel like, I really would want to raise somebody else's child. Rahu also here, because Rahu is a very unorthodox planet, like it just wants to go against the social norms of society. So if society is going one way, Rahu wants to go the other, and it's not bad in certain circumstances. Like I explained in my Ketu video, in Rahu video, I believe, it was Rahu video where people take student loans because they think they're getting the education so they can make money, but they don't realize that they're all trying to make money so they can pay back their student loans. So you're not working for yourself. You're always working for the educational institute throughout your life. So if you take like a $150,000 loan, what are you going to do? You're going to have to work. Who you're working for? You're working to pay that money back. So Rahu says, I'm going to go against this social norm. I ain't going to be taking no loans. If I don't need to get an education, I can do my business and do that way. So it's a very unorthodox plan. This is why it's an outcast. It doesn't want to be inside the circle. It looks at things from outside the circle. So especially when it comes to healing, these people, first of all, make great alternative healers. Ayurvedic healer, holistic healer, pranic healers, Reiki healers, going into Chinese medicine. But also, because it's a nakshatra ruled by Venus, there's this natural tendency towards wanting to heal people so you can get material things in return. Material gains in return. So you can be the one at the highest level of, wanting to heal people. But Rahu just here has those, like weird fetishes. Especially if this Rahu's in the ascendant or with the moon, it'll affect the moon, meaning your mind, to go into very promiscuous, very unusual relationships, to experience them. It's not because you want to be with it forever. It's just, I want to experiment. You know how when you're young, you want to experiment with drugs and alcohol. So it's that experimental, that curiosity, that wanting to take that risk to deal with that actual situation. But the only thing that helps here is that a person is able to handle people's problem in an alternative way. So if one way isn't working, they'll go the opposite direction. Like here, a doctor who, if let's say there's a regular internal medicine doctor with this nakshatra. They will be the doctor who will be open enough to talk to you about allopathic medicine, homeopathic medicine, Ayurvedic medicine. They're not like, oh no, all these stuff doesn't work. These are old ancient BS. You want to go towards pharmaceutical companies. They're the ones. But this person will be more of like an alternative type doctor. Also, Rahu here in this nakshatra makes a great instructor. Somebody who can become a great coach. Somebody who can uplift a team which is dead. Because remember that whole idea of Venus and Yama. So these are the people who become very good at uplifting people. People who are down and not able to achieve goals. They're like, no, you can do it. They'll just uplift the team. So they make great motivational coaches, sports coaches, spiritual teachers. But again, it's just depending upon which padha of this nakshatra your Rahu is in. It'll go either in a very normal direction or it may go into a very promiscuous direction. Okay? So guys, this was my analysis of Rahu in Bharani Nakshatra. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. Again, if you want to know where your Rahu is placed, all my books, reports, and astrological consultations, for that, click here. Otherwise, we'll see you tonight or tomorrow with my interview with Santos Bonacci, which I couldn't do it last night. All right.